There's just sort of this like gravity, this like magic to downtown Sacramento.
Downtown area is a vibrant community.
People like to be able to not only have a city where they can work, but a city where they can play.
Downtown Sacramento is really the heart and the soul of our region.
Regions are defined by their downtowns, and we want people to be proud of downtown.
We absolutely love Downtown Partnership. What they do is that they bring the community together. I think that Golden One Center is a prime example of that. The league deemed that Arco Arena was not a viable option to play in. There were 15 failed arena attempts, but the fans really anchored us. People were painting their faces purple and getting on buses, and there was just a huge campaign. Think about the stakeholders that were involved to get this thing over the finish line. We're talking about the state, the city, the community, the fans, Downtown Partnership, Visit Sacramento.
Every urban center has challenges, whether they're economic or social challenges. And I think if there's one thing that we've learned throughout this, it doesn't work if we don't have a true partnership with local government.
DSP is a partner walking hand in hand with us, making sure that we address the public safety issues downtown. Our unhoused crisis increased by 250% in the last 7 years. And through multiple efforts by both my office, by the city manager and DSP, we've really been able to bring that number down, because when downtown thrives, the community and the region thrives.
Downtown really is a true 18-hour city. We advocated for a nighttime economy manager to really work with the businesses, the clubs, to make sure that we're doing it in a thoughtful way.
There are so many different obstacles and things to understand for businesses. I think Downtown Sacramento Partnership plays a really good role in being the hub of bringing a lot of diverse entities together. I think we're really trying to remove barriers and make it easier for people to offer entertainment. And I think that benefits our creative and social economy, because we're giving people more opportunities to perform, and we're giving people more opportunities to socialize.
Every day as a business, we have a handful of different challenges that we need to deal with. Being able to reach out to either Chelsea or Scott or Andrew with a specific business question and get that resolved same day with like the city or other entities. Speeding up that process means that we're able to get more customers. So the Downtown Sacramento Partnership is sort of creating this win-win-win where customers are able to enjoy a better experience, business owners are able to run their businesses even better, and the city is able to see their city like literally flourishing.
There's so many different things that I think are building momentum that it would be hard not to be excited about it.
What excites me about the future of downtown is how much the city, the Downtown Sacramento Partnership, and other organizations are reinvesting into downtown Sacramento and the old Sacramento waterfront. And also the collaboration that I'm seeing between entrepreneurs and business owners wanting to do more creative things in this space.
What really excites me is that there's no limits to what downtown can be. There's still so much potential and growth that can happen downtown.
The future is definitely bright, and there's going to be so much economic development and a clean and safe downtown Sacramento for all of us.
We have a common goal, and I think that when you're in the room, what you'll find is really, really good people that are great leaders that want to see this city succeed and get to the next level. It's such an amazing asset to have in this city.
We have a story to finish. We've seen incredible investment over the years in downtown, and I think for us, how does downtown finish writing its story? I think this organization is going to be at the forefront of being that champion, but we need people in this room to understand it can't just be us. We need partners, we need advocates, we need all of these people here to be in this with us. We can make a downtown that is going to be truly inspirational for years to come.
Hi, everybody! Good God, that took too long. How are we this morning? Not awake. Who was up last night watching that beam get lit up? Let's go! Someone in here is just like, oh, it's that guy. Welcome, everybody. What a great morning for all of us to convene. I am Scott Moak. I have the good fortune of working for our keynote speaker today at the Sacramento Kings on my 23rd year with the team. Yes. Who booed? Someone booed over here. Michael Ault booing. I know a couple thanks. I want to just make sure we shout out all the staff and board members, everybody that put this on. They're not going to get enough love, but they need it. So let's give them a big round of applause for helping bring us here today. For sure. We also have a house band today. Is this your choice, Michael? Yes? BTSU Arts. Give it up for our house band that's going to be rocking and rolling. Let's go. Come on, guys. Michael wanted a house band. He gets a house band. And finally, we have a wait staff that's going to be working for us and with us all morning here. So let's give them a big round of applause. They're hustling like crazy for sure. Michael did want me to mention that he tried on every pair of socks to make sure they were all consistent and appropriate. So those are all, I guess, Michael's socks in some ways. So let's give it up for Michael for doing all the dirty work with your socks on your chair. And thanks to Kaiser Permanente for really, yes. All right, let's do this. I get to recognize some of the sponsors that make these things go. And so let's start with our presenting sponsor, Kaiser Permanente. There they are right there. I feel like, DJ, I am an NBA announcer. I feel like we could maybe music it up a little bit. Do you have something for me, DJ? A little more. I need a little more. There we go. Is this better? That's more fitting, I feel like. We'll try it again. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaiser Permanente. There we go. All right, we have our high-rise sponsors, Sacramento Investments. Make some noise for them. Another high-rise sponsor, SMUD. They're busy making power. The Sacramento Kings. So tired after last night. I see you over there, droopy eyes. And finally, the Athletics. The Athletics. That's pretty good. Hey, thank you, DJ, appreciate that. We also have some very important folks in the room. All of us obviously know that these people represent us, elected officials, dignitaries, so let's recognize them as well. We won't go full starting lineup, but you want to come back with something for me, DJ? You got a little something, Dorian? Let's bring it in. I like it. Yeah, fair enough. Let's first, how about our mayor? Kevin McCarty, where are you? Stand up. Be seen. Yes, sir. Congratulations. All right, we got city councilman members in the house. Phil Pluckybaum, stand up. Be seen too. Roger Dickinson. Katie Maple. Lisa Kaplan, I know, is here. There she is. Okay, you bet. Karina Talamontes is here this morning. Somewhere. Eric Guerra is always here. Always at every event. Rick Jennings, where are you, Rick? He's studying for today's big meeting. Yes? Is that what's happening? And Mai Vang. Is Mai in the house? Give it up for Mai Vang. All right, that's our city council members. Let's move on to some of our county supervisors. Phil Cerna, let's give it up for Phil. Rich Desmond. Hey. Pat Hume. That's a great name to say. Patrick Kennedy. And Rosario Rodriguez. Also, yes, Rosario. Rick Jennings wanted to make his own entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, City Council member Rick Jennings. We have a couple big-time senators in the house. Let's do this. Angelique Ashby right down here in front. Nice job. And where is Mr. Roger Nilo this morning? Well, give him a round of applause. Who knows where that guy is? He's outside? We don't know. We're not done. We got a few more to go. All right, from West Sac, our friends in the dub, Karina Orozco. You were supposed to be doing carpool this morning. We do share carpool. That's a real story. Verna Sulpizio Hall. Let's go. Hey. You'll see her at a local crab feed coming up here momentarily. And Dante Early is in the house as well. Yes? All right, we have our Sacramento interim city manager, Lainey Milstein. Where's Lainey? We know you're there. Yes, just rave. Sacramento County Executive David Villanueva. Very nice. Sacramento County District Attorney Tien Ho. From Congressman Doris Matsui's office, Glenda Corcoran. Always love having you, Glenda. From Ami Bera's office, Matt Chicado. This is a lot of yelling in the morning. On behalf of Christopher Cabaldon, one of our senators, Emiliano Rosa. Tia taking pictures. Assemblymember Maggie Krell's office, Lorena Moya. I ran through the music. This is terrible news. Sacramento Police Chief Kathy Lester is here. Yes! Deserves all the love. And our SMUD Board President and Director, Rosanna Herber. Let's give it up for Rosanna. All right. Let's thank all of our dignitaries one more time with a huge round of applause. Thank you all for making time this morning and being here. Appreciate you. Yes. Clapping at each other at that table. Very good. All right, please help me welcome up from Kaiser Permanente, Mr. Jay Robinson. Come on.
Good morning. Okay, you guys gave him so much more love. Please, let's try it one more time. Good morning. Thank you for that introduction. Really, really nice to hear that. You know, I'm entering my third year as a proud member of the Downtown Sacramento Partnership Board, despite Michael Ault. But yeah, he's still there. My years of service in that role have gone by really quickly, and it's been just amazing to be a part of this board and seeing what's happening downtown. I like to call it, we have a renaissance going. In that time, I've been thrilled to see our city successfully rise to the post-pandemic challenges and continue our journey towards transforming downtown into a thriving, vibrant destination for the greater Sacramento region. Now, I'm sure it's no surprise that I'm going to talk a bit this morning about our new Rail Yards Hospital. New Rail Yards Hospital. There we go. And this is not a picture of it. In fact, I brought me today to share with you a hospital image that I came across some time ago. Next slide, please. I see a lot of perplexed faces out there, and I can hear the China and the Crystal, like, what's going on? You're not seeing things. The previous hospital was the hospital that was here in the late 1800s. It was designed for the workers for the rail yards. That's not going to be the look we're going for. The look you're seeing now is what we're going to see. You're going to be blessed with. You're looking at the Central Pacific. That was the Central Pacific Hospital that was established in 1870, 13 and D, to care for sick, as I said, injured railroad workers. Next slide. It closed in 1898 when the railroad moved its hospital to San Francisco. That was 127 years ago, and I think everyone would agree. It is time for a new hospital in downtown Sacramento. And now the picture you're seeing is what we have in the pipeline, and it's an amazing, amazing building. Next slide. Here are a few images of what we're going to build in the historic rail yards after breaking ground in March. And to be honest, we actually have broken ground already. There's dirt moving. I can attest to that. If you go by the site, they're grading it already. This will be a 310-bed hospital with all private rooms. It'll be all-electric facility that is going to bring our outstanding medical and specialty care services to the city center, including neurosurgery, maternity services, emergency care, and of course, inpatient care. Now, a project of this magnitude does not happen without support and collaboration from many leaders in our community, and the important relationships and teamwork we have with our city, county, and state leaders. And again, as was mentioned earlier, we have an amazing group of elected officials here. Many of them have played a big role in getting this project off the ground, so please give them a hand. Throughout the process of bringing the rail yards and downtown Commons medical offices and sports medicine center to Golden One to a reality, we've been challenged and inspired by the different viewpoints our partners and key stakeholders have brought to the table. The wide range of perspectives we have been privileged to learn about has been a plus for us at Kaiser Permanente and our patients. No matter how far apart we may have seemed in certain times, Kaiser Permanente and our partners were always on the same page about this, a relentless pursuit of the transformation of downtown Sacramento and all the possibilities that brings. Okay, that was the point where it says clap. That's the point we're supposed to clap. And, and just to riff for just a second, and Michelle gets nervous when I do this, I talked to someone in the hallway that said that they were a part of this project in 2017. And so it's been a long time coming to get this off the ground. So proud to be here today and to see this actually moving forward. For Kaiser Permanente, what motivated and strengthened our resolve to get this project done was our commitment to boosting both the physical and economic health of the city for generations to come. Our new Rail Yards Medical Center will not only provide outstanding care, it will also bring thousands of physicians and nurses, patients, and their family members to the historic rail yards where everybody okay over there? All right. Rail yards where they will live, shop, dine, access entertainment, and cheer on their favorite teams. The future is really bright. And while we're talking about our key partners, I want to also thank my partner in this work, Dr. Rick Fatango. And Rick, please come up. Bringing a project of this size together requires a lot of people and a lot of leadership. And I just wanted to have my partner here come up and stand beside me, buddy. Yep. And getting this off the ground. He's been working on this a lot longer than I have. I want to thank him for his leadership in this in the important work here. And Dr. V has been, in the spirit of today's theme, progress through partnership, I'm delighted to share with you a short video we shot when one of our key partners happened to come by the rail yard. So take a look at this real quick. I love how you'll be able to see the hospital as well as our office building.
Yeah.
It'll be amazing.
Yeah, completely changed the look. All electric.
And you can
How
also
many
see
people are
the
going to be working down
Doco
here?
right there, which is
Oh,
really
beautiful.
cool.
Well, we'll be walking over there every day.
Hey,
Hi, Janie.
How
How are you? It's great to see you.
You too.
You know, I was just at my office over there, and I saw you guys down here, and I thought I gotta come and tell you how excited I am about Kaiser being here. It's really incredible, and also too that you share the vision of having shovels in the ground, like we were talking about for the longest time. It is really a wonderful commitment to really have this investment in the downtown core, especially for quality healthcare. It's so necessary here, and we're so pleased, especially it's in the rail yards.
We're so excited to see you. Thanks for coming down here.
Oh, my pleasure.
We've been your neighbor since 2018 when we opened up Doco,
That's
the
right.
medical clinic. And even before that, in 2016, we had our sports medicine clinic in the arena.
Right.
So
right.
it's really, really important that you feel like we're good neighbors to you.
Absolutely.
Happy to be here.
Absolutely.
And Dusty and I were just talking. We're happy to continue to bring more good health down to the downtown corridor.
Yeah, we share this vision completely. The new hospital here is going to be transformative for our care delivery system, but really it's about downtown and what it does for downtown. New emergency services, new specialty services, new medical services, new inpatient care, all easily accessible to people that live downtown, kind of like me, or right across the river. It's just going to be absolutely wonderful.
Well, this is all music to my ears. I love Sacramento, and I know we went through a tough time with the pandemic, but now we're moving on all cylinders now. It's one of these things that we all know we had to push forward on it. Anything like this, for you to get shovels in the ground, we had to keep pushing. And we really do appreciate everything that you have done. We all had a dream, and the dream is coming to fruition, and thanks to all of you.
Our teams are so excited to be down here and share your enthusiasm, but most importantly, it's so important to have your support.
Absolutely. You've had my support for the longest time, and what you're doing is really going to change this whole area.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for everything that you're doing to do that. And also, too, I got to tell you, my office is over there. I'm on the 12th floor. I can watch what's happening here.
And keep an eye.
So I'm going to keep an eye.
Right. Are you on board?
I'm on board.
Are you on board?
I'm on board, right.
Everyone on board?
Yes. Next
stop,
stop,
Kaiser
Kaiser Permanente Rail Yards Medical Center, 2029.
I should have been an actor. As the Congresswoman said, we share the vision of bringing good health downtown. There's no question we could not have brought this project and our other downtown facilities together to fruition without her support. And now it is my pleasure to introduce another outstanding partner. We are very grateful to have Michael Ault here for his and thank him for his unwavering support for our rail yards project. Michael.
I mean, wow, who knew? How exciting is that? Let's give another round of applause for Jay and Kaiser Permanente. Well, it's exciting to be here. You know, this is an annual opportunity for us to not just share with you where we've been, but also to talk a little bit about where we're going. It's an interesting time for urban centers across the country, reevaluating where they're going, what they're doing. 2024 was clearly a big year of reflection for us. The amount of change since I started this job, believe it or not, coming up on 30 years is truly unbelievable. But I want to say I am more excited and optimistic about the future of downtown than I have been before. We have a unique moment now to look at things differently, to not accept the status quo and demand that we make progress through partnership. Everyone in this room is here because we believe in one thing. We believe in Sacramento. We believe in what it is, and we believe in what it can become. The only way big things happen for us is when we set aside our differences and focus on things and ways to collaborate, when we listen to different perspectives, find common ground, and continue to move forward. Many of you know I love the 49ers. This is a picture of me and my parents and my son. It's been a tradition for us to go, and yes, it was a rough year. We are still on the quest for that 6th championship, but let me tell you a little bit about the 49ers' heyday. When the late Bill Walsh elevated their team from the darkest days and turned them into 3-time Super Bowl champions in just 3 years, he did that by developing what he called the standard of performance. Success was not based on the impacts or performance of any one player, but everyone in the franchise. From the janitors, to the players, to the popcorn guy, everybody played their role. A city, and specifically a downtown, is no different. Successful downtowns are byproducts of successful systems in which everyone contributes. That is the power of partnership. We have a new wave of leadership, and you heard Scott talk a little bit about it, and I want to acknowledge them just because they're going to be critical for us as we move forward. Let me get through the names, but we've got Mayor Kevin McCarty, Councilmember Phil Pluckybaum, Councilmember Roger Dickinson, Interim City Manager Lainey Milstein, Supervisor Rosario Rodriguez, Assemblymember Maggie Krell, and from just across the river, Christopher Cabaldon. They are all poised to help join our team and push downtown to where it needs to be. This is a moment to collaborate and elevate our region to a higher standard of performance. Any conversation about downtown, I think we realize, needs to start and end with the obvious. Our region's central neighborhood will only be successful if people feel safe and want to be here. The success of the Sacramento market depends on the quality of the downtown experience. When it comes to the public realm, I am optimistic about the direction that we're heading. We're finally getting the tools necessary to send a clear message: destructive behavior will not be tolerated in Sacramento. Prop 36 was a major turning point in our ability to hold people accountable. I know joining us here today, District Attorney Tin Ho has been intentional in uniting regional law enforcement with social service providers to create a system that is focused not on clogging our jails, but on real reform and rehabilitation. He's also the leading voice in the effort to relocate the county jail outside of downtown. I think many of us would understand it's abundantly clear the environment in the central city and infrastructure are not aligned, and we will look to all of you to help support this initiative when the time comes. We all play a role in creating a safe environment downtown. At the Downtown Partnership, we hold public safety meetings and are integrating downtown with the police department's FUSIS program, a citywide camera network that will be monitored by the Sacramento Police Department. You can clap at that. These programs are already having positive impacts. Joining us today, I know we've got our friends with the Sacramento Police Department, but our police chief, Kathy Lester, Captain Bryce Heinlein, and their team are vital downtown partners. Their dedication to public safety is absolutely instrumental to the downtown experience. We thank you for your partnership. As for the homelessness crisis, I do believe that the new day is upon us to bridge the divide between the city and county. We are seeing growings of rapid shelter, of permanent housing capacity, improving wraparound services to help our most vulnerable neighbors. But perception is reality, and the community is not feeling the impacts of billions of dollars that have been spent to address this crisis. We must try something new. One example of the Downtown Partnership, we invested simply $10,000 in 2024 to help navigate issues of essential supplies, clothing, and transportation. We actually were able to house and connect 76 people with their families, ensuring long-term care and stability for them. Longer lasting and quicker results are absolutely possible when we implement more dynamic strategies to our collective approach. Our collaboration with the City of Sacramento, and I know he's here, Brian Pedro with the Department of Community Response, is a perfect example of how we can move the needle to create lasting change. The city, county, and our stakeholders are at the table together in a meaningful way, and the Board of Supervisors and the county exec, David Villanueva, have shown they are all in supporting the health of downtown. That is progress through partnership. Since I last stood before you, I'd like to take credit, but our region has doubled the number of Major League sports franchises in the market. It was probably me, but yeah. Next month, we'll officially play ball against the Chicago Cubs in West Sacramento, and our skyline will be broadcast around the world. You know, I did a variety of television and media interviews over the last couple of weeks, and the first question that came up was, hey, this is just for 3 years. Is that a disappointment? Absolutely not. Temporary or not, this is a huge deal for our capital region and our opportunity to show Major League Baseball that Sacramento is ready to be its next great market. At the last State of Downtown, we talked about how Arizona State University's downtown campus gave a sleepy capital city an 18-hour heartbeat. I'm excited to share that Sacramento State is now actively evaluating opportunities to transform downtown with a mixed-use university village. We are facilitating conversations between Sac State and the state of California to explore how underutilized state assets can better serve our community. A project like this would create a new sector of jobs and a community of emotionally invested Sacramentans. This has the potential to change our downtown forever. You can clap at that one, I mean. In the old Sacramento waterfront, the partnership's upgraded lighting, street bollards, thoughtful landscaping, public safety measures, and strategic marketing have created the foundation for a renewed experience. The City of Sacramento and California State Parks are also investing in the waterfront to innovate our region's best and arguably most forgotten asset with the vision of a boutique hotel, new dining and retail, and a children's playground that would honor our region's indigenous communities. The city and Mike Testa and his team at Visit Sacramento are also focusing on supporting festivals and events, and I know we're excited this year about Tierra Madre coming in the fall, which will be a food festival that has the potential to change and continue to evolve Sacramento's food scene, not just downtown, but beyond. They're also committed to supporting the beginning of a new convention center hotel that will elevate Sacramento and make us more competitive with our peer cities. You know, to the casual observer, these wins may seem like they happened in a year's time. I think we all know in this industry, overnight success never happens in this line of work. We know these breakthroughs are the direct result of years of intentional collaboration and the pursuit of impossible dreams. There was a time Sacramento was seen as the defender of the status quo, but it is our responsibility to not let that be our identity again. We have focused on reimagining public spaces, filled vacant windows with downtown Sac branding so that when you walk K Street or walk by Cesar Chavez Plaza, you know you're in a place that the community is invested in. The old Sacramento waterfront is filled with native landscaping, and our team, our own Nicole Alvarez, brought the heavily trafficked waterfront bike trail to life with freshly painted California poppy benches. Nicole deserves applause. We've heard these improvements absolutely do not go unnoticed. Each project has the power to brighten somebody's day and change the way they feel about coming downtown. So imagine the ripple effects that major projects like the refresh of the Capitol Mall median will have. Through the commitment of private property owners and the leadership of Matt Ironman and the city's Public Works Department, we are sending a clear message. Our central city is open for business, and we're ready to show the world who we are. That rejuvenated spirit is also coming back to K Street. Soon you're going to see 37 new marquee-style lights that will soon line the corridor and establish a stronger pedestrian connection between the theater and entertainment districts. On your way, you'll find Iona, a new Mediterranean restaurant from the team behind the Michelin-rated Allura restaurant that will open in the Esquire Plaza this October. We've repositioned downtown to be a place where you go to make memories. We know events and activations are critical to this effort and the region's identity. Attractions like concerts in the park, Theater of Lights, the St. Patrick's Day Parade have made downtown a place that is rooted in the Sacramento experience. There absolutely is prosperity in this region that we know is tied to these experiences. It shapes people's perceptions of us and represents the gravitational pull of our region to the rest of the world. From our earliest days at the Downtown Partnership, we've acted as facilitators of collaboration between public and private partners. That principle rings true today and has never been more important and critical to us in our future. With the renewal of our organization, every 10 years, for those of you that don't know, our organization has to go through a revalidation process. We're working with many of you owners in the room to renew the Downtown Partnership. I can say, and I'll say this humbly, I do not know where the downtown would be without the work the Downtown Partnership has done over the last 25 years and without the partnership we've had with many of our public sector partners. We brought together some of the country's greatest minds for an Urban Land Institute technical advisory panel to get the ball rolling on downtown's key opportunity sites. We've worked with Congress members, senators, assembly members to identify the biggest needs for downtown and strategize on how public partners can work with us to make bigger impacts. We've teamed up with former State of Downtown keynote speaker Brent Todderin to publish the Downtown Sacramento Livability Strategy, a playbook that will help us rethink our approach to making downtown our next thriving neighborhood. We've exchanged success stories and challenges with leaders that came to Sacramento from Portland's study mission, a longtime national model for urban success that is now looking to us for inspiration. Our renewal process has also given us a once-in-a-decade opportunity to sit down with our owners for in-depth conversations and really recalibrate our services to best fit the needs of downtown. We see downtown as a high-density urban neighborhood and an example of how to rethink the way we live in a centralized, mixed-use community. Rethinking our public realm with projects like the Central City Mobility Project, alfresco dining, the establishment of entertainment zones will all allow us to create an unforgettable downtown experience. We're grateful to our leaders that share that vision, like Congresswoman Doris Matsui, who requested federal funding on our behalf to kickstart a project to cap a portion of I-5 and reconnect downtown to our riverfront. And Senator Angelique Ashby, who's working with us to provide new economic tools that will drive investment into transformative projects that will change downtown's perception forever. Pair that with visions of other community leaders, like a town square in Cesar Chavez Plaza, a revitalized Chinatown, and a transformed Crocker Park, and you have a downtown that is fully realized and is diverse, adaptable, and resilient. As you entered today, we encouraged you, invited you, many of you may have followed directions, to place a tile on a puzzle that reflects a vision of downtown's future. Each tile that you place represents a crucial piece of a larger picture. Every single contribution you make, no matter how small, brings us closer to the future we all envision for this city. What an exciting time it is to be a Sacramentan. During the last renewal process, if I had stood here and said in 10 years' time we'd have an expanded convention and performing arts center, a multi-billion-dollar medical complex under construction in the rail yards, the Golden One Center ranked as the #1 arena in the NBA, a second Major League sports franchise, a soccer stadium in the works driven by the first professional team majority owned by a Native American tribe, a new grand gateway to Capitol Mall, and a 20% increase in downtown residential population, all while navigating the effects of a pandemic. You would have thought I was out of my mind. Many of you may still, but my younger staff reminds me that hope that we had 10 to 20 years ago is absolutely still relevant. They are not bound and defined by the status quo because they know we have proved the impossible is possible. It's easy for us all to rinse and repeat the patterns that we have inherited or even created, but it takes true courage to change the way that it's always been done. We have made this progress together. I want to give a shout out to our Downtown Partnership board members. If they could stand just briefly. Come on, don't be shy. Thank you. They invest a tremendous amount of their time and could not be the best champions that we have. We don't take them for granted as staff. To our Downtown Partnership staff, our business owners, our property owners, the City of Sacramento, Sacramento County, the State of California, CADA, our many events and programming sponsors, the creative community, media partners, all of our friends at our Chambers of Commerce, Visit Sacramento, GSAC, SACOG. I know in the room we've got a lot of our PBID partners and our Central City ones from Midtown and Broadway and R Street. So many of you in River District, I didn't forget you, Devin. So many of you believed in what downtown could be. The longer I do this, the more I don't. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. Yeah, this was last year. The longer I do this, the more I realize this job will never be complete. We are temporary stewards of this land, and the community will exist long beyond any of us. But now is our collective moment to set future Sacramentans up for success and to continue to make progress through partnership. On behalf of our board, our staff at the Downtown Partnership, we are excited about the future. We are not giving up, we are leaning in, and I want to thank you for letting me share this vision. Thank you.
There we go. Sacramento, it's time to show you the go-go offense.
Good throw, Coach. I knew we had the right person for the job. Sacramento State isn't that far from downtown Capitol Mall. Maybe we should consider expanding our downtown footprint.
We're all about innovative offensive strategies. Why not?
We're thrilled to welcome our new football coach, Brennan Marion, whose leadership energizes our student athletes. In Coach's words, no doubt we have the most entertaining games in the country. So don't miss out on the opportunity to come and support the team and Sacramento State this fall. But most importantly, on behalf of Sacramento State, I want to express our deepest gratitude to the Downtown Sacramento Partnership for your unwavering support to our vibrant city. Together, we've achieved so much, yet the possibilities before us are endless. Sacramento State is proud to be part of this thriving downtown community, but we're just getting started. We're not just neighbors, we're partners in progress. We prioritize internships and service learning projects that place our students in the heart of the downtown economy. The university is committed to supporting the rebuilding of downtown, fostering new energy while bringing ideas and innovation. Sacramento State is excited to grow our collaboration with downtown businesses and community leaders as we look to build the future. Together, we can create new opportunities that empower our students, faculty, staff, and larger community to be the economic drivers of the workforce and enrich Sacramento and beyond. Let's continue to dream big and work together to make downtown Sacramento a place where everyone can thrive. Thank you for all you do for Sacramento State and allowing us to be a pivotal part of this incredible journey. Stingers up.
Bring it. There was a moment that my staff was like, this could go horribly wrong for you. Yeah, and I've thought about that. Well, that was a little bit of a tease, but kind of exciting. When we talk about the history of downtown, you know, there was a time when downtown Sacramento was simply a place in people's minds people came to work. Monday through Friday, that's where it is. The more we realize downtown is going to be different. We need to understand and lean into this. We've got incredible housing developers in the room with us today. Mike and his team at Visit Sac doing work to bring festivals. If we could find a way to really partner with the state of California and Sacramento State to identify a way to bring thousands of students downtown right off light rail, have them be part of that mix, it would be not just a game changer, but it would be a way for us really to highlight the diversity in different urban cores or Dean. There's not an urban core in let alone the state in the nation that is not rethinking where it's going to be in the future. But a university presence downtown would mean more than just an expansion. It would be a reflection of the university's role in shaping the future of our region. Both my wife Christine and I are Sac State alumni, Stingers up. So this would be a dream come true for us. We're excited to see what's in store, and I can't thank Dr. Wood, Michelle Willard, and the team at Sacramento State. You guys are not just partners, you believe in where we're going, and we are excited about it. This could be awesome. I'm sure the staff loves me just tapping the microphone with this ball all the time. I'm sure that's going great. So now it's my pleasure to welcome our new mayor. He understands that a strong downtown means a stronger Sacramento. From day one, Kevin has said, what can I do to help? And we are looking to him to help seize opportunities that will define downtown's future. Join me in welcoming our mayor, Kevin McCarty.
Good morning, downtown Sacramento. How are we doing today? Good. Thank you, Michael, for that kind introduction, but most importantly, thank you for getting us fired up. There certainly is a lot to be excited about. It's great to be here at our award-winning and thriving convention center. Isn't this safe center just spectacular? I want to give a job well done to making that tough decision 5 years ago to then Mayor Darrell Steinberg and the Sacramento City Council for investing in our convention center, the theater, and the Memorial Auditorium. Thank you so much. And thank you for all of you that are here today who share our aspirations for a better Sacramento and a thriving downtown. Today, I want to share my thoughts on the state of downtown, reflect on my first 2 months as your new mayor, and outline where do we go from here. First and foremost, as a lifelong Sacramentan, it's been exciting to watch our downtown grow and thrive. I moved back from college in 1995, settled in Midtown the same year the Downtown Partnership was formed. I remember meeting up with friends on Thursday night for the Thursday night market. That literally was the place to be. I've seen the progress, and I've seen the challenges along the way, but here's the takeaway. As Michael Ault alluded to, we certainly have a bright future, and the state of downtown Sacramento is strong. And guess what? Where's Councilmember Pluckybaum? Right over here. Okay. He and I are working to bring back the Thursday night market. There we go. I'm excited to be part of this pivotal moment for Sacramento or downtown. And the theme for today is Partners Through Partnership is so relevant because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. Our city needs a thriving downtown partnership to help us tackle our problems, because we can't do it alone. Now, 30 years strong, you've done something remarkable. You literally said, hey, government, tax me some more. Take more of our money so you, can step up where government can't do it. For that, I say thank you. As mayor, I'm committed, and we are committed, the city of Sacramento, the city council, all of which are represented here today, to being your champion, because we all represent downtown. This is the core of our city. So I'm planning on using my experience, our relationships, certainly our hustle, to bridge the gap throughout all levels and lines of government to help deliver more resources to tackle our problems. In my first couple months as mayor, I've been focusing on listening and learning, visiting neighborhood and business associations, city departments, to better understand the challenges and the solutions that we have to tackle those issues. This learning has helped me connect the dots and chart a path forward. I'll be remiss if I wouldn't focus on the number one issue no matter where I go, no matter what neighborhood. Throughout the campaign, every neighborhood was one issue: homelessness. There are no silver bullets to solve homelessness, but as I've been throughout our city, I've realized, as Mr. Ault mentioned earlier, we are turning the corner and making steady progress. And we have new tools at our disposal. The Grants Pass decision allows us to clean up encampments. Prop 1 funding, passed by you, the voters, funds treatment facilities and beds for those dealing with substance abuse disorder and untreated mental illness. Our care courts are coming online, and I do believe that some people do need compulsory treatment. We have hundreds of new shelter beds who have gone online in the past 6 months and will be over the next 6 months, 500 new shelter beds. And Prop 36 gives us public safety tools to connect people, including those languishing on our streets, into drug treatment programs. But even going in the right direction, we need to think differently and maximize every dollar. I've learned this firsthand. We're not getting the biggest bang for our buck. That's why I commissioned an audit to understand where we're spending every homeless dollar so we can make more informed decisions and open up more shelter beds. But I am optimistic about the future. So back to downtown, why we're here today. Here's a bit of a roadmap as I view going forward. Let's make downtown clean and safe. It's not that complicated. I'm optimistic, again, about some of our new public safety accountability laws like Prop 36. Later today at 2 o'clock, our city council will be discussing how the city will implement this across our neighborhoods, including downtown. Let's focus on activating empty downtown parcels. We know that office workers aren't coming downtown as much as before the pandemic. It's changing across the globe. But there are some bright spots. There's one thing the city can do and lead by example. We own a building on the key block of K Street, the Hale building. We're a landlord of an underutilized building. We need to stop and look at our own and lead by example. Some good news: by this summer, we'll be soliciting proposals to sell the Hale building and activate this important asset on K Street Mall. As far as our state buildings, we certainly have work to do, but I have optimism. I'm going to be focusing on implementing the law that I authored at the Capitol to turn some of these state buildings into needed housing, adaptive reuse. It's not easy. We had some starts and stops at the EDD building, but as President Luke Wood just mentioned, we have even a greater potential opportunity right there in the heart of Sacramento, having housing, student housing, but thousands of students right here in our downtown. So thank you, President Wood, for believing in Sacramento, and I'm super excited to help bring this project to fruition. The city needs to do what we can to help make it easier to grow business and thrive here in Sacramento. We need to lower barriers and streamline our permitting project to build more housing, opening restaurants, and open a business. Cities don't control labor costs. We don't control interest rates. We don't control materials, but we do control time and certainty. So that's why I'm excited that the launch of our Streamlined Sacramento initiative started this month, which is going to make it easier to pull a permit and do business right here in our Sacramento. And let's talk about fun. I want a fun city, not just for my teenage girls that can come downtown. And last Friday night, you know what they said they wanted to do? They wanted to go to Doco. Not because the Kings and Warriors were playing, because they wanted to walk around and have fun after school on a Friday night in Doco. I like this excitement downtown. We need to bring more of that. We want our city to be fun, vibrant for visitors, people who want to relocate here, and the next generation who want to put down roots. I'm all in for our music, arts, food, and sports scene. Speaking of sports, as noted, boy, do we have some great stuff coming to Sacramento. Our professional sports scene is expanding. Super exciting. Our Kings keep making downtown beam purple, and our Golden One Center continues to bring exciting events week after week. But Major League Baseball is coming to Sacramento. We always wanted the Giants, Michael, but we'll take the A's. They're coming to West Sacramento, of course, but it's a win for both cities. The A's are going to bring more eyes on Sacramento and further prove that Sacramento is a major league sports town. And fingers crossed, in 2027, we'll open up a brand new Republic soccer stadium at the rail yards. Thank you, Wilton Rancheria, for believing in Sacramento and remembering your roots here at the rail yards. As for food enthusiasts, our just announced Terra Madre America's Food Festival is making its debut this fall. This event will bring foodies together from across the globe to celebrate our slow food movement right here in Sacramento. All this makes me incredibly excited about the future of Sacramento, our downtown. We can't do this alone. That's why I'm thankful for the Downtown Partnership, for your work, and for the quest ahead. Thank you again for the work that you do and for allowing me to serve as your mayor. Thank you again, and let's get to work.
Know my good friend, Supervisor Rich Desmond. So we are here to present an award that's inspired by the incredible commitment of the late JVance Stewart. This award honors a Downtown Partnership employee that was a founding member of the Homeless Outreach Navigator program. JVance Stewart passed away in 2011. This award was established in his memory to recognize and celebrate the efforts of individuals and organizations that demonstrate a passion for enhancing the lives of others by improving the quality of life within the downtown core. This year, we can think of no better recipient than our own Janie Desmond Ison. Janie was one of the leaders who helped establish the Downtown Sacramento Partnership and has been a longtime board member and one of our past chairs. Since opening Steamer's Cafe in 1994, her business has remained a gathering point and a beloved Old Sacramento waterfront institution. Names like Joe Cerna, Dave Scurfield, Lena Fatt, Deborah Chaussee, and Ed Astone worked alongside Janie to raise the awareness and work with the business community to appreciate the uniqueness the district provides to our city. She's been a steadfast champion of this community and reminds all of us, believe me, all of us, on a regular basis not to forget about the importance of Old Sacramento and what it plays to our community's perception of our urban core. As Janie loves to say, history should be our North Star. We must understand where we have been to know where we should be going. Janie has remained a strong and steadfast voice of reason for our central city. She's not only a friend, she's a mentor, and she believes in this city as much as anybody I know. Even in the most critical times, she stayed positive. Rich?
Thank you, Michael, and good morning, everybody. Michael asked me to lend a little bit of a personal touch to this award and talk about my big sister, Janie. You know, she's always been a huge supporter of mine, and so for me, it's really special to be up here supporting her and celebrating everything she's done for the city of Sacramento. If you know Janie, you know that her family she's very proud of her family legacy. And you also know that our family is closely tied to the history of Sacramento. Our great-great-grandfather ran the first brewery in Sacramento. Our grandfather represented Sacramento in the state legislature for almost 25 years. Our father had a law office in downtown Sacramento for over 50 years and actually played pinochle in steamers almost every day of the week. And Janie's grandkids are seventh-generation Sacramentans. Janie's family legacy and commitment were something that she showed every day in Sacramento, as in leadership roles on the DSP board, while running steamers, while working at the Conventions and Visitors Bureau. She carried that family commitment to her with her every day, from the time she was a little girl dressing up to go downtown with our mom and dad to Sacramento, to her last day running her business in Old Sacramento. There's a family saying in our family that we've had for generations: remember who you are and what you represent. Well, Janie has always remembered that she's a Sacramentan, and she's been an amazing representative of this city of ours. So please join me in congratulating my sister, Janie Desmond Ison, for the JVance Stewart Award today. Janie, join us on stage. And I'd also invite Senator Angelique Ashby and Councilmember Phil Pluckybaum to join me on stage, because we will present resolutions from the State Senate, County of Sacramento, and the City of Sacramento. Janie, I love you, and I'm very proud of you.
Well, thank you, Rich and Michael, which means now I can't read this because I can't see. Whenever he brings our parents into anything, it's all bets are off. I will say briefly, I fell madly in love with downtown Sacramento as a little girl growing up in the 60s. Back then, we lived in Carmichael, which was considered the country. But to come downtown, we would put on our best Sunday dress and our Mary Janes and even our white gloves to go shopping at Weinstock's, or maybe to go see Santa Claus at Macy's, or more importantly, and my favorite memories are the Elks annual Christmas parties at Elks Tower, where you really felt like you were in a fairy tale. So I was enchanted with downtown at a very early age, and then I worked for my father's law firm in my teens and 20s, got to see the downtown plaza get built, then also the freeway. I remember when that was built, so that kind of dates us. I remember when Michael had a full head of brown hair like you saw earlier.
It's light blonde.
So the fast forward, I'd go to meetings. I remember being asked by my father and my uncle, there's this new thing that's called the Downtown Sacramento Partnership, and we need younger people to come in and be involved in this. And what the heck is that? What is a P-bid? What does that even mean? And so going to those meetings really early on, representing the family and properties that we had downtown, I got to know Michael, and I have to say, of all of the people that I have known professionally and other colleagues, the team that he has been able to assemble through the years, of course, it's really more Danielle, but since Michael's standing up
we
here,
all know that.
but the team at the DSP is beyond the pale. I love all of you. I am going to miss all of you, and this award means so much to me. I know we have big things to still do in downtown. I look forward to seeing its evolution. Great cities always need to change, and I look forward to seeing what's next. Thank you.
Love you back. We're going to take a picture here. Put you in the middle.
Is this mine?
Yeah, they all are.
everyone. That's a tough act to follow. As you can see, my name is Frankie McDermott. I'm Chief Operating Officer at SMUD, and I wanted to, thanks, Michael. I wanted to bring you back to 2014, and we were sitting in an office at SMUD, and John DeStasio, our prior CEO from a few times back, said, hey, you heard about the arena. You heard that David Stern said it better be built by October of 2016. And we set a very low bar. Let's not be the people that hold back that arena. Well, we did a lot more than that. We decided to take a very comprehensive look at how we serve the downtown area and our broader service territory also. So I'll tell you all about that in a few moments, but we'll go back even further before that. When I first moved here from Ireland over 35 years ago, my wife and I and our 3 small kids, and what do Irish people do? They go to the St. Patrick's Day Parade. So we went to the St. Patrick's Day Parade. It used to be on L Street at the time. And then we wanted to go have something to eat afterwards and see this great downtown. And remember, we came from cities and towns where it was very, very vibrant downtown. And it was extremely disappointing what we saw in downtown then. We expected this lively city and so on. But what we've seen over the last 35 years has been absolutely phenomenal, and SMUD is very, very proud to be part of that. So very, very proud of being part of the, this thing's right up in your face here. Very proud to be part of the DSP board and watch what's been going on over the last 35 years of the time that I've been here in the U.S. SMUD has really taken to heart that experience we had with the arena. We sat and said, we really need to have a comprehensive customer experience for our developers. We have residential customers, we have commercial customers, and we felt the development community was falling kind of through the cracks in the middle. So we put together since then, and I wanted to thank Greg Rebar, who's here today, who led the first project that with this concept for the arena. We created a team, we call it commercial development. You've known many of the people that worked in it, but they represent hundreds and hundreds of people at SMUD that work with one purpose in mind, and that's to facilitate, to help, and really help develop the, not just the Sacramento area, but the Sacramento region, our SMUD service territory. We took that to heart also in 2018 when our board approved. We said, how can we also help out financially? You're building buildings, you're retrofitting buildings, you're adding to our load, as we call it, our demand on the other side. But we said, how can we offset that? How can we basically discount that? So we created an offset to the charges that you have to pay for, not for electricity, but the construction charges that you pay us. And since that time, we've contributed over $30 million to help incentivize development in this region. But what's behind all of that? The investments we're making in our grid. You know, some of you know, we don't come up with very, very creative names for our infrastructure. We're electric utility. So the substation that we call Station G is the one that we with the award-winning lighting system on it, we turn purple every time the Kings win also. We're expanding investment in Station G. We're building another substation to facilitate and to serve the downtown, the rail yards area. The total investment, along with investments in our downtown network, just on those pieces is over $350 million over the next 3 or 4 years. So we're trying to stay ahead of all of your needs. We have our processes set up to know projects that are coming. We are currently, just in downtown, tracking and working on over 200 development projects, 54 that are in the design and construction phase. But more importantly, we're your hometown utility. We have goals of, you've heard a lot about our goals to clean up our generating resources to move to zero carbon by 2030. We're doing that with the guardrails of affordability and reliability being kept in mind. From an affordability point of view, we're 50% lower than a neighboring utility that you all know pretty well. That translates, so I'm making a little joke about it, but that translates into about $1.7 billion that our Sacramento customers keep in their pocket, helping this region. And then more importantly, we believe it's a big factor in attracting businesses to this region, and we could cite several of those that chose the Sacramento area because of the electric service that they have from SMUD, which is your company, which is with partnership with you over these many years, has really developed into a company that we will have reliable power, we will have affordable power, and we'll continue to clean up this region. A big part of our zero carbon plan is also creating a pipeline of jobs for the clean energy industry. We have hundreds and hundreds of partnerships locally, and that is another very attractive factor for companies deciding to move to the Sacramento region. So with that, with the emphasis on our hometown utility, with the partnerships, we can't do our job without the partnerships we had with many of you in this room. We really want to move forward with a vibrant downtown, continue to develop. Congratulations for the A's in West Sacramento, but as has been said many times before, that's going to help really, really put us on the map going forward. So with the common objective of enhancing and improving the lives of our customers and community here in the region, thanks for all you do with us, and don't hesitate to call us. And thank you for being customers of SMUD. And for those of you who are not customers of SMUD, you could move down and be customers of SMUD. Thank you again, and I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. Thank you.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Sandy Dean. I've never seen my name in lights like this. This is incredible. I'm the interim president of the athletics. And while I'm new to this role, I've been part of the ownership group since 2005, and I've been an investment partner with John Fisher and the Fisher family for almost 30 years. I just want to say I started coming to Sacramento in a meaningful way 15 years ago to do some things with the legislature, and it's amazing to see a room with this many people and this much energy thinking about how to make Sacramento the best city it can be. Thank you to the Sacramento Partnership for organizing this event. I know in this room we have an esteemed collection of leaders from across the region, including Mayor McCarty, Mayor Guerrero, Dr. Wood, our friends at the King, and also Vivek, and so many more. I'm honored to be with you this morning and to have the chance to talk. I must say, like everything the A's have experienced so far in the greater Sacramento area, we are warmed and really, I think I can say, overwhelmed by the welcome our Major League Baseball team has received, and we thank you for that. I've been asked to say only a few words, and so at the risk of being literal, I'm going to focus and talk about a few words for this moment in the history of the A's. First of all, I want to talk about gratitude. We are grateful to the fans and the communities of Sacramento and West Sacramento for having us. Starting a new chapter in a city with so much enthusiasm, interest, genuine hospitality makes this an exceptional moment as we begin our time here together. The welcome mat from the Sacramento Kings and the River Cats, over here among others, have already given us a feel for just how special this place is going to be. Fans make sports. We have tremendous fans across Northern California, and also I've seen firsthand how passionate the Sacramento fans are. And this is truly a sports town, and our opponents are going to feel that too. The second word that I want to talk about is excitement. You can feel it here in this room. It starts with the reception that Brent Rooker, Lawrence Butler, J.P. Sears, J.J. Blade, and Mark Kotze received in their trip here in early January. The excitement extends to our fans, to all of you as community leaders, to the commissioner of Major League Baseball, who visited in person just a few weeks ago and was really impressed, and within all level of the A's organization. And also I have to say, our team had a strong second half of 2024. We've added over the offseason. We think we're going to really have a great 2025. We're thrilled to bring this community and these fans a Major League Baseball experience like they've never seen before. I want to say also, we and the River Cats and Kings have invested significant resources into making Sutter Health Park a truly special place to watch Major League Baseball. When our players visited in January, they were excited by what they saw at the ballpark. This new home will be a place of memories for all of us. Finally, We're excited for people to experience all that your town has to offer before and after baseball games. I know how walkable Sacramento is. Places like Ella's and Mulvaney's and Brasserie, and of course, perhaps most of all, Frank Fat's. I think people are going to be surprised how great an experience this can be. And in that category, I'll just make a mention of my personal favorite. My friend Chris McKaylee can vouch for this. I vouch for the tortilla soup over here at the Hyatt and offer I don't normally do it for a crowd this size, but I do offer a money-back guarantee on that. A last word on excitement. We love what the Kings have done to light the beam. I was driving in last night. You could see it, what felt like for miles away. If people have ideas for us about how we can celebrate what we hope are the many wins, reach out to us. We'd love to know. My final word, community. Maybe based on the number of games, community is at the core of baseball. From fan promotions to firework displays to the shared joy of wins, and also especially the camaraderie of being in tense moments together, which baseball can offer. Community is what makes America's pastime. The A's also have a history of supporting organizations in the community beyond the ballpark, especially youth sports and education, and we're looking forward to learning more about how we can do that here. I expect over 2025, 26, and 27, we will all feel the satisfaction of building community and special moments during this, community and special traditions during this unique moment of Major League Baseball right here in Sacramento and West Sacramento. So thank you again. What a morning. I'm amazed to see this crowd. You truly have our gratitude. We're excited for what's just ahead, and we'll strive to enjoy community together. And we are, I just want to say, 34 days away from hearing those magic words on opening day. Play ball.
I was born in Bombay, India. I grew up in a beautiful house, and I had a wonderful childhood, a lot of family, a lot of playing, a lot of studying. Right from an early age, it was instilled that you always had to be the best at anything you did, and you always had to live a life that was bigger than yourself. My years at MIT were among the most productive years of my life. I did research projects, I played sports. It was just a dream. I always felt that I was going to start my own company. I just didn't think that anybody would want to hire me. And so I figured that I better just do my own thing.
Have you ever bought an e-ticket on an airline, ever shipped something on FedEx, or activated that iPhone of yours? You're using Tibco software. Ranadive revolutionized the use of real-time data.
I was known as Mr. Real-Time because I was the first person who actually pioneered the use of real-time software.
It revolutionized Wall Street early on. It's had a massive impact on all kinds of industries. I think it defined many elements of the software industry that we take for granted today.
First fell in love with basketball when I coached my daughter Anjali's basketball team. And so I came up with a math equation for the game. They ended up executing on the math equation. We ended up winning all the games and taking the team to the national championship. I just fell in love with the game. I had been a corner of the Golden State Warriors for a couple of years and was the vice chairman. We got booed and then we started winning. And just as we started winning, there was a story that emerged out of Sacramento that a group led by Steve Ballmer in Seattle had a deal to buy the team, and they were going to move the team to Seattle.
The Kings. The Kings.
The Kings. Sacramento. The Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento Kings could be moving to Seattle, but there is no deal quite yet.
When the issue began as to whether the team was going to stay, he came forward. He identified himself to David Stern as someone who he felt could get this deal done.
The team stepped up to every concern that the governors had expressed about keeping the team in Sacramento.
It is not an exaggeration to say he saved the Kings for Sacramento.
This looks like an arena.
Yes, it's getting there.
It's here.
Vivek's vision for the arena was to build the 21st century gathering place.
The Sacramento Kings are your 2023 Pacific Division champions.
He has injected a sense of excitement and enthusiasm in our community, and in a sense, revitalized the feeling about we can do anything.
He really is setting great examples for people so that they can strive to become better than they are and strive to try to change the world in some way to make it a better place.
Shoots it. In order to change our own community's future, we've had to change how we think and see ourselves. And the narrative in our region, our community, is we're on the rise.
And ladies and gentlemen, here to deliver your keynote address this morning, please welcome the owner and chairman of your Sacramento Kings, Vivek Ranadive.
Good morning. I was born in Bombay. I went to school in Boston. I live in the Bay Area. But my heart belongs in Sacramento. And I knew that, before I came here, I knew that it's the capital of the world's 5th largest economy. It's the bread basket of the country, and it's this incredible place. But what really made it special is all of you. It's the people here. So I'm going to ask you guys to all humor me and just stand up for a second. I don't know if you guys know how special you are and how special this place is. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and I want everyone to scream, Sacramento rocks. You got that? Like really loudly, okay? Like the fans at Golden One. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Rocks. Well, thank you. Well, it's great to be here alongside with so many friends and community leaders. Just wanted to thank Sandy and John for the partnership. I remember when I first came to this town and we started fighting for the team, people didn't believe that a major league sports team belonged in this town. Well, now we're going to have 2 of them. Thank you, Mayor McCarty, City Council members, and all the elected officials for your hard work. And also thank you, Michael Ault and the Downtown Sacramento Partnership for your commitment to this city. Sacramento came into my life in a way that I never expected. A little over 10 years ago, I received a call from David Stern. He was the NBA commissioner then. He's passed away. And I was the co-owner and vice chairman of the Warriors at the time. And we had been booed. We weren't very good. But when we bought the team, we had this guy, Steph Curry, on the team. And all of a sudden, we started winning. So David Stern said to me, he said, look, you're the vice chairman, and I love Sacramento. Rather than move the team, why don't you step in and buy the team? At the time, I was a little skeptical, and I thought, well, I live in the Bay Area, and I've been with the Warriors. But then I saw the passion of all of you. I saw the passion of the fans. And I came to California without a penny. So everything I have, I owe to the great state of California. And of course, Sacramento is the capital. So something in me clicked, and I said, you know, this is something that I meant to do. And then I started coming to Sacramento and fell in love with the people and fell in love with the city. And that's what brought me here today. Just the pure passion, what they did on social media, they organized rallies, they traveled across the country to show support. Some guy even like baked me a cake and brought it to my home in the Bay Area when we were in the process of saving the team. It was my birthday, and I don't know how he knew that. And of course, the city is built on basketball. It's the capital of California. And really, it was a privilege to have this opportunity. And that passion set everything in motion. The community never gave up and proved to the world why we deserved an NBA franchise. But for me, it was never just about basketball. It was about something much bigger, an opportunity to reshape the long-term footprint of downtown Sacramento and reimagine what this region could be. Now, when you buy a sports team, the first thing you learn is that it's really not your team. You might have paid for it, but the team belongs to the region, it belongs to the fans, it belongs to the people, and really, you're just a steward, is all you are. You're just there for a short period of time. The one thing that makes us unique, though, is the fan base. Like, I've gone to games all over the country, I've seen sports events all over the world, and what we have here in terms of the fan base, there's nothing like it anywhere. And the fan base deserves the best. So we deserve to have the best arena in the world. I remember when we went through like a design contest, and then we picked the team that would build the arena, and they kept coming up with new designs. And they would say to me, like, are you happy with this? Are you happy with that? And Martina and JR and the rest of the Kings will remember that they'd all trek down to Palo Alto to my office, and they'd show me all these designs. And I would just say, no, 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 you know? So finally they said, well, you know, what is it? I said, it has to be iconic. And they would say, well, what is iconic? How do you define that? And so finally I said, look, you know, if I do this with my hands, then that's the Transamerica Pyramid. Iconic. If you do this with your fingers, Sydney Opera House. Iconic. Now if you do this with your hands, that's Golden One, indoor-outdoor arena. It's iconic. But we also wanted to create the very best fan experience. I used to be friends when he was alive with Steve, and when Steve wanted ideas, he would go to a guy called David Kelly. And David Kelly has a company, IDEO, that's based in Palo Alto. So I thought, you know what, if Steve Jobs can get ideas from David Kelly, then certainly we can get ideas from David Kelly. So we went to his office, and David said, look, you know, you can just sit at home on your couch, big screen TV, high def, remote control. It's a great experience. Going to the arena, a lot of friction. You got to connect with your friends, fight traffic, find a parking spot, find your seat, where's the food. It's just a lot of work. So what you have to do is you have to take all the friction out. So this is the most frictionless arena in the world. And for those of you who've had a tour of it, you'll see that we have a place called Mission Control, where we can literally control the traffic and make sure that we've eliminated all that traffic and all that friction. But we also felt like we had a social responsibility. We were the world's first LEED Platinum arena. It had to be the most sustainable. And of course, being a tech guy, it had to be technologically the most advanced. In fact, people said it was like a Tesla. They described the arena as basically an AI machine is what the arena is, just like a Tesla is. So today what we have is the world's first indoor-outdoor arena. The doors go up. Those are the same doors that Elon Musk uses on his, for his rocket hangars. The cutting-edge technology, it's really future-proofed. So it's not just for today, but we're able to handle the data demands of the future as well. We also showcase all the local eats. 90% of our ingredients come from within a 150-mile radius. And I remember one of the other things that David Kelly said to me was that if you ever go on Virgin Air, you get on the plane and the first thing you see are the purple lights. It just happened to be purple, but he said that you think, wow, this is amazing. This is going to be a great experience. And it's going to be different. It's going to be unique. So you have to think about what those purple lights are for you. Now, for us, it's the indoor-outdoor nature of the arena, and it's just how, you walk in, and it's very close. The seats are amazing, and it's open, and you can see everything. But he planted this idea of the purple lights in my head, and I became obsessed with purple lights. So I was always challenging the team, saying, hey, when I'm flying from the Bay Area to New York, I want to be able to stick my head out of the plane and say, oh, the Kings are in the house. So of course, now we have the beam, and everyone loves to light the beam. A few weeks ago, I was with a prince in Saudi, and as I walked into his palace, he started chanting to me, light the beam, light the beam, light the beam. So it's made its way all over the world. Now, the world has taken notice. So in the latest rankings, ESPN named Golden One Center the best arena in the NBA. We were also named by the NBA as the NBA Team of the Year. This is usually given to teams that win the championships, but we won this award. So thank you to the folks that run the business. But really, beyond all of that, I think the people here know that Golden One Center is their arena. When I started thinking about the arena, I just started thinking about how in the old days, people would gather around a communal fireplace. And then if you look at the great cities in Europe, you'd have cathedrals, and that's where people would gather. So the vision that I always had was that this really needed to be that fireplace, it needed to be that cathedral, and it needed to be that gathering place where the community comes together. So we have over 17,000 fans. We have probably 10 million people that go through DOCO, and 17,000 fans every game that come, and they really ignite energy into our restaurants, our shops, and our nightlife. It's one of the busiest arenas in the world, and it's turned Sacramento into a top-tier entertainment destination, attracting millions of visitors and generating economic activity that truly ripples across the region. The economic impact has also been game-changing. We invested $1 billion into the urban core, and that's created over $7 billion in investment in the area, almost $1 billion in economic output annually, and established Sacramento as an epicenter for innovation, sustainability, and entertainment. And this is really a great example, maybe the best example in the country of a successful public-private partnership. But we're not resting on those laurels. We're not stopping. We're going to keep going, and we're going to start accelerating. In fact, I remember when I first bought the team, I stood in the downtown, and I said that Sacramento would never play second fiddle to any other city in the world. And the success of Golden One Center has shown that this region can be a mecca for sports. Sandy, thank you. We're so excited. It's March 31st, opening night. We play the Cubs. Major League Baseball is coming to Sacramento. I remember when we first started the conversation with Major League Baseball and with John and Sandy and the A's, there was some that were concerned with, well, how can you have a Major League team play in a minor league stadium? How's that going to work? And I had to keep reminding people that there's nothing minor league about Sacramento. This is a major league town, and our stadium isn't going to be a minor league experience. Our goal was, it was going to be the best experience in baseball. The seats are all sold out. I think the ticket prices are the highest in the league. And every seat is a great seat. So for those of you who come, and hopefully all of you come, you'll see that we're actually going to provide the best experience in Major League Baseball in our so-called minor league stadium. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, we had Rob Manfred, the MLB commissioner. We walked him through Sutter Hill Park, and it's fair to say that he was very happy. He was impressed. We've already seen the kind of welcome that the A's have gotten from Sacramento. In fact, I just heard from Sandy that Roker, their star that they just signed, has actually even bought a home in Sacramento. Season tickets are sold out. The players are embracing the community. The excitement is palpable. And Major League Baseball is going to be surprised. They're going to see an experience they've never seen before. And it's going to be right here in Sacramento. It's our moment. It's our chance to show that we really deserve another Major League sports team, just like we did with the Kings over a decade ago. As someone who believes in the power of sports, I know that together we're writing the next chapter in the story of Sacramento. I think we're entering this new era. I call it Civilization 3.0. 1.0 was the start of civilization. It was driven by the agrarian revolution. People were farmers and shopkeepers and carpenters. It was the age of the artisan, and land was the raw material. Then with the Industrial Revolution, it was kind of 2.0, and it went from land being the raw material to energy and steel, and it was all about the corporation. We're now entering an era that I think of as a digital era, where the raw materials are data and even imagination. So when you think about it, you think about, well, for Civilization 3.0, what does that mean for City 3.0? There's global competition right now for attracting the best and the brightest talent. And we're right there. We're right in the middle of that. So in order to create that city of the future, we need to create a platform where people can work, they can play, they can enjoy art and culture, and they can have opportunity. And of course, it all starts with world-class sports and entertainment. And we're doing that right now in Sacramento with the Kings, A's, Golden One Center. We're already home to industries of the future: agriculture, healthcare, technology, clean energy. And of course, we're the 5th largest economy. We have world-class institutions like UC Davis, Sac State. So we have that raw material of talent, drive, entrepreneurial spirit. And we have a growing ecosystem of startups, engineers, and investors. Our time is now. And just as we have in the past, I know that Sacramento will rise to the occasion. And it's a special privilege and honor for me that I can stand here with you guys, and we can take this journey. So I'll just conclude by saying that, I remember when we came, it was, can we keep the Kings? Now I want people to have multiple options. Do I go to a River Cats game? Do I go to A's game? Do I go to a Kings game? Do I go to a concert? And we're not going to stop there. We're going to keep going. So thank you all. Our best days are ahead, and go Sacramento.
Well, that's exciting. I think when we think about the future, the vision that Vivek, I think, gave to us, it wasn't long ago that we had thought, do we rebuild the Golden One Center out off I-5? And I think the questions of, if you build it, they will come. Does it make a difference to be downtown? It has transformed our downtown core. And when we look at the new investments, Convention Center, soon to be waterfront investments, the Golden One Center, it is truly an exciting time. We're giving you a gift of getting you out early today. I want to acknowledge the staff that we have that have done an incredible job. Amelia, Madeline, Kevin, Nicole, what you've done has been incredible. Austin Marley for keeping me on script, to my deputy directors, Danielle and Scott. I cannot thank you enough for what you do. I've got a lot of my executive committee members here today. My board chair, Kip Blewett, who has been an unwavering advocate for this organization and of the work that we do. We are not finished, and if there's one thing I want to leave you with when you leave today, downtown is an unfinished project. We must invest. People have said to us, you've got the arena, you're doing waterfront rail yards is underway. Is downtown finished? It's not finished. This is the economic engine of this region, and downtown needs to continue to push forward. Regions are defined by their downtowns, and when we think of Sacramento, when people come from out of town, if you're a Yankees fan and you're coming to watch the Oakland A's play, our goal is to have you have a great experience, but also say this community, its food, its events, its activity are something we want to come back to. Be our partner, join us in this. On behalf of our organization, my wife Christine and I and our family, our staff, we believe in this city, we believe in downtown, and we need you. Thank you.